All right. Now we're going.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Clinky, clinky. Kinky, kinky.
What the fuck are you doing with your life, Hunter?
Fucking up. I'm in a metal band. I'm bald. I'm older than 30. And I'm here.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Well, what are we doing here today?
Today's the last day of drum tracking. Tom has been doing pretty well, considering he's not really a drummer. He's more of an errand boy that keeps good time. So, all things considered, I'm okay with what he's doing. Yeah. It's, how do I put this kindly? It's satisfactory. But the studio sounds fucking great. And I'm really enjoying working with Chris and Joe here at Butchertown Pub Studios. Really happy we chose these guys.
Hell yeah. Well, what are we doing after this?
More drinking.
Well, I mean, that's a given, but like, for the recording, what are we doing after this?
Oh, not just today and tomorrow and the next day. We're going to start tracking guitar as well as bass and vocals in the Stagecoach rehearsal studio, which has been dubbed the Ice House, because it used to be the ice cold storage back in the 1800s. Rock and roll.
So, what does this record mean to you?
A lot of things. You know, we've worked really hard to be a fun band live and write good songs that people like, songs that people enjoy seeing us play, as inebriated as we might be. But it's kind of and you know, waxing poetic, all that jazz. It's a culmination of effort. Where if nothing else, it's something that I will get to sit and listen to what we've done as a group of individuals that I'm really proud of and really excited about.
Cool. Unlike really any of the rest of us, for you, you've done some other records, like full lengths.
Yeah.
Like, how's the process compare and contrast to what you've done prior with like Cryoburn and any other projects?
I'd say comparatively, well, the record that Brendan's talking about is Cryoburn, that's spelled with a K because we were dumb, 3 years eclipsed, that I co-engineered, co-produced, co-wrote, yada, 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 and played bass, vocals, and keyboards on. And with that, comparatively speaking, I think we have delved deeper into making sure that what we've written is cohesive, both on an individual song level as well as because this is a themed band, but also this is a themed record. This is, what's the term? Not themed record. Yeah, thank you. It's a concept record. And we've really done a good, solid job of making sure that, sonically speaking, what we're playing as individuals on our instruments fits with what's going on in the story. And it's really exciting. And then on a contrast level, this is just more fun. It's less anal retentive, I guess. You know, something I've really enjoyed being in Stagecoach is that, you know, Brendan, Tom, and Steven are my best friends. And I thoroughly enjoy every time I get to spend time with them. And so anytime I get the chance to get together with these guys, I just have a ball. And so everything about this record has been nothing but fun, even when we are painstakingly obtuse, especially Tom. I'm having a blast, and we're just making jokes the whole time and having a good time with it. So it's pretty awesome, man. I'm excited. It's going to sound fucking good. If the drum tracks alone are any indication, it's going to sound fucking good.
Hell yeah. So you're relatively new to the band. You know, Stagecoach has been around since, you know, you're the the second performing, like live performing bassist with the band,
and the second singer.
Yeah, and the second singer as well. How have you connected to the songs that you weren't involved in writing? Because a lot of the material existed before you were in the band.
Well, what I noticed was, especially when I stepped to the forefront as far as being a singer, at that point, Steven had been in the band long enough to where like he felt emotionally invested in the music. And it seemed like all four of us really went back to the old stuff first and said, is this how we would play it? And we made what ended up being relatively minor changes to some of the songs, to where all four of us gained ownership. And it still maintained a lot of the same feel of the previous incarnations of Stagecoach, because, you know, there's still two founding members, Brennan and Tom. And I think the difference is that with Steven and I, it's been given a little bit of a harder edge, a little bit more heavy metal, and a little bit less rock and roll. And partially that's just how I perform vocally, and I think that's also how Steven plays as both a rhythm and lead player, and especially how I play as a bass player. The previous bass player is a damn good bass player, but he doesn't play the same way I do. You know, Tom and I spent a lot of time locking in on what we were doing so that when the rhythm section was kicking, we were kicking on all fucking cylinders. And that's what we have going now. And as far as this asshole, I think he kind of brings the alcoholic aspect to it, but he also kind of brings the love you, baby. He brings the sex. What can I say? He is the sexiest of the four of us.
Thanks, Steven. He took me off my mantle.
Yeah. He knocked you down to number 2. And then Tom and I, being, for all intents and purposes, twins, we are both...
You're collectively
number 3.
5 and 6.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, too, as far as the music, something that any performing musician would tell you is you inject a part of yourself into what you play. And what I've found is that what is both injected from myself and then what is retrieved from those performances is just kind of a sense of joy in life, which is really lame to say for a metal guy, but I just have fun playing in this band. There's not much else I would rather be doing than being on stage and getting rowdy and getting the crowd to get rowdy with us and just kind of celebrating life. And I think we're actually going to be able to replicate that on the record, which is pretty rad.
Hell yeah. So a couple of songs, you know, I mean, obviously there were tweaks to songs that were already written that came after you joined in, both like on the instrument level and vocally. But after that, there are a couple of songs on this record that are that you and Steven both
attributed riffs to.
Yeah, you joined at about the same time, and so there are a couple of songs that you guys had like a really like major part in writing. How'd you go about, I guess, taking the ideas that already existed for the band and then like throwing your spin on it for the new songs, making those ideas fit your influences and whatnot?
I think first, from an individual perspective, first and foremost, because I'm a different singer than the previous singer, I already kind of changed the tonality of the band, being that the lead singer is kind of the most heavily mixed in the... Jesus Christ.
God damn it, Shadow. Are you gonna start singing Pantera now?
He's already got
Respect! Walk!
But with interruptions like that, the timbre of the band changed when I got to the forefront. For
Yeah,
one,
you're not the same guy as Logan. I mean,
yeah, I'm not.
you're not the same. You're not the same basis as Fox either.
Mm-mm. And what it boils down to is that I brought more grit. You know, more huevos, as our friends to the south would say.
Hey, now you're talking about a Ray, okay?
Rays have huge testicles, but they don't translate vocally. I have tiny testicles, so I overcompensate with testicle-laden vocal delivery.
So what you're saying is that you like to suck on balls?
Only if they're bigger than mine. So yes, all the time.
Okay.
I have tiny balls. But I think anybody that has seen Stagecoach live, first and foremost, is going to see a better Stagecoach once we're done tracking, because we're all actually learning our parts for the first fucking time. But this process has already made Tom and will make the rest of us better musicians. I know, being that I'll be the main engineer for guitar and bass, I'll be cracking a whip like a son of a bitch. And so you'll either quit or be a better guitar player. Just how it's going to be, baby.
All right, so just kind of... God damn it, Shadow.
You still have to drive home, man.
You still have to give your interview. I guess, like, really, do you have any other, like, just general thoughts about the record or the concept or anything? Like, I mean, just at this point, just you can just rant.
I love ranting so much.
Oh, it's terrible, and I'm just like giving you. I'm just opening up. Let's take a
Free
shot
ball
before we do that.
There you go. Get a shot. First and foremost, as far as the concept of the record, to be honest, this is Tom and Brennan's baby. I'm not an author. I'm not a good storyteller. But I'm an avid reader, so I'm thoroughly excited for the treatment that Tom especially is given the overall story. Because believe it or not, in case you didn't know, we are, I guess it's going to be considered a novella, but we are writing out the entire theme of the record for a novella format that you'll get to read with
Tom
them.
is.
Well, like, yeah, we're all going, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's how I get writing credit. I say, yeah, all right, I dig it.
You know, there's edits, but like we haven't edited.
No. I'm more of a thumbs up kind of guy rather than an edit dude. Yeah, that's good, bro. You know, because I'm a terrible writer, I don't ever say, why don't you take the perspective of the tertiary, you know, yeah, I don't even know words. Words, gone. None. Don't know.
Do you know what the word tertiary means?
Third. Honestly, though, I think what this record is, it's most important for Stagecoach as a band because it's a milestone. It's a milestone that this group hasn't hit yet. And in the large scheme of things, it won't be that important. It's going to be a good record. People are going to dig it. And theoretically, people will buy it. But I think a lot of people will listen to it, and I think a lot of people will enjoy it. But what it's going to provide is a better sense of oneness between the four of us. It'll give us that milestone that we can then step past and say, look at what we've done, and then that will inform us of what we can accomplish in the future. And I guess really, in all honesty, it'll finally give us a chance to just go, We're fucking awesome. You can listen for yourself. You don't even have to come to a show. You're stupid if you don't, because we put on a hell of a show. But if you don't want to, buy the fucking record. And then you can get rowdy in your headphones riding on your bike rather than getting rowdy with us at a show. So I'm excited, man. It's going to sound good. It's going to be, I can genuinely say it'll probably be my best bass performance. Because like Brendan mentioned, and I mentioned, you know, I've done other records. And this record is by far the best representation of what type of musician I am as a bass player, where I genuinely lock in with the drummer and then every once in a while step out and lock in with the guitars. And this is me totally sucking your dick on this. It'll be nice to hear Brennan recorded and recorded well and recorded correctly. It'll be nice to hear Steven recorded well and recorded correctly, because they're both fucking amazing guitar players. They both play tasty shit. They both play, it's epic rock and roll. And it'll be nice to capture that finally on tape. Well, digital tape. It'll be nice to catch that on a hard drive. And I'm really proud of myself as a singer. And it'll be nice that I can say, look at the CD. I'm a fucking singer now. Fuck you, man. Because there's some naysayers that I have from my past that I'd love to shove a middle finger up to, and this CD will be it. It'll be rad. I'm excited. Any other questions?